Cool. So we got sent in this dilemma.
You better say it with him.
Yeah, for real.
We got sent in this dilemma.
Literally. I think this person sent in immediately the video that when we, you know, the video of the dilemma that went to 1 million views on TikTok.
Yeah.
So I have to say that again just so you can hear.
Small brag.
Literally, small brag.
It's not small. We got 1 million views on TikTok.
No, I don't actually do that. It's actually 1 million.
It's 1 million
views.
views. I'm sure 100,000 on mine, but it doesn't even matter.
No, but it was like when that started to take off, that someone just immediately, when it picked up, immediately sent it in. I was like, yeah, people must think that. I mean, obviously we are, but people must like want to hear
actually
our
value our
opinions.
opinion.
Yeah.
Cool. So she said, should I say her name? Because you said it.
No, don't say her name.
Okay. My name is blank. I'm 22 years old. My group of friends have always been mutuals with other co-workers. I have been in this friend group for a little over 2 years, but they all have been co-workers and friends long before I came into the picture.
Okay.
I've always noticed that they were mean girls, but I had to tolerate them since I had to work with them. But I would like to think they were starting to warm up to me after a few months. And so the friendship began. I was always that friend that planned all the group trips, make reservations for brunch, organize transportation, went out of my way to help them, care for them, assist them with work projects, etc. And I always thought that it would be appreciated. And I started to feel like they were my genuine friends. Of course, I had still noticed their mean girl tendencies and also noticed how toxic they were to each other. Okay, they would be okay today and then be malicing. Is that the word? Malicing.
Yeah.
Malicing. What does that mean? Sorry.
That don't just be malice. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. They would be okay they'd be okay today, then malicing for 2 weeks and talk about one another behind their backs and just being fake with one another, but then turn around and they're good again. Seen that before. The event that led me to cut them off went like this. We always had a certain chauffeur to bring us wherever. One day he was...
Chauffeur.
Okay. Like a driver.
Yeah, we know. We know what chauffeur is. We're just
where
saying,
the hell these
why?
people are from.
Why'd you have a chauffeur?
Yeah, for you guys. For your colleagues.
Your colleagues.
When is a work driver?
Okay, no, but it depends on where this person lives. Like, they might just call it a chauffeur as opposed to a driver.
Yeah, fair enough.
Really and truly, the correct word for drivers in Nigeria is chauffeur. The event that led me to cut them off went like this. We always had a certain chauffeur to bring us everywhere. One day he was vexed at the fact that I called him to pick me up, but when he claimed to come and get me, I was gone with somebody else. Mind you, he told me that he was unavailable and wanted me to wait for hours for him to come and get me. And I needed to be at an appointment like yesterday. So I told him specifically, never mind, I'll get someone else. You guys follow that? Because I got a bit confused when I read it the first time. But yeah, I was oblivious to the fact that this chauffeur was carrying feelings and mad vex over the situation until the end of the day when he was to pick up a group of us. One girl, Leanne, hinted at me that he was talking about me how... Sorry, this is English. One girl, Leanne, hinted at me that he was talking about me and how I wasted his time because I told him to come and get me and they just left without saying anything. I explained to her what had happened to dead the argument right away. When we got into the car, I asked him if he wanted a meal too because we stopped at a fast food restaurant and he barely shook his head. As soon as we drove off, he started attacking me about the situation and being mad, rude and disrespectful towards me as if he's my dad or my man. And the other girls were laughing with him and they were gaslighting him instead of defending me because why in the world would I of all people ever do that? Furthermore, he claimed he was driving up and down looking for me, but not once did he call my phone and ask where I was. Literally anything could have happened to me that day, but instead of calling you, sorry, this English. It's just apologies. It's not worded right. Anything could have happened to me that day, but instead of calling you...
Oh my... I don't know what... Is everything okay?
Instead of you calling me?
No, look. Instead of calling, you had... Okay.
Yeah.
Instead of you calling... No.
Instead of calling, you had...
me up in your feelings, preparing to cuss me out.
Yeah. Kai, we got there in the end.
Yeah,
Bloody hell.
I'm
That
so
sentence. That
because they haven't
sentence.
put
Punctuation.
Yeah, there's no punctuation. I felt the energy in the car and I could tell even before when Leanne had approached me, they began talking about me behind my back. And in that moment of them not defending me, I realized that these aren't my friends I want in my circle. So I got out of the car, paid and left. I felt jumped because no one was listening to me and they were all laughing or helping him diss me. They tried calling
him with the disses.
They tried calling my phone nonstop 2 days later, but I honestly don't want to deal with the fake love and concern they were about to show me. I blocked them all, changed my number, and moved to a different city far away from them.
Moved to Seattle.
Am I wrong for removing them from my life?
No.
Well, that's the answer.
Those are not your friends.
Those are not your friends, man, at all.
And anybody has the right to distance themselves from people that they don't think are serving them.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with you cutting them off.
I think that, judging from the story, I feel like the red flag should have been waved or whatever. Like when you noticed that they were mean girls, I can't be friends with mean girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
noticed
just
they were
can't.
mean girls, but you wanted to be their friend. Maybe it was
Like,
more
I
because
know mean girls and I'm friendly with mean girls, but they're not like
Your close friends.
my close friends.
Yeah.
Because you can tell like when people are like mean, like just for no reason.
I hate this.
See, this is the thing though, and this is actually something that I was going to ask off the basis of that dilemma. In terms of like the word friends, because I feel like people nowadays, and maybe it's not nowadays, maybe I don't know, maybe as you grow older, like you don't, I don't know, maybe let me not make a statement, but I feel like the definition of or the expectations that's associated with the word friends, I feel like a lot of people misuse it. I think that a lot of people call people their friends, but they really mean acquaintances. But I know you won't just go out and say, "Oh, this is my acquaintance." You will obviously just say, "This is my friend," right? But it's like, for example, with those people, you said that you work with them and they're your co-workers, but they're also part of your group. And like, people are very different. Some people, like their work friends are not their work friends. Like, obviously, like they will work with them, but then outside they really share their own personal lives. And if they do that, that's fine. But doesn't mean you have to stop being their friend if you have the companionship that you're looking for elsewhere. You won't notice like some of the things that you're missing from that group. For example, this girl, if she had like a core friendship that was maybe outside of that, then she wouldn't be like, obviously, yes, if someone's laughing at you in those situations and, basically mimicking you or like joining on laughter, then boy, you're not a nice person, period. But, I feel like some people, when they put a lot of expectations on people, and they're like, oh, this person disappointed to me, this person this. But I'm like, this person isn't really your friend. And I feel like the reason why you're feeling it more is because you actually don't have what you're looking for in someone else. I don't know if you guys have gone through a situation with thinking that somebody is your friend and then realizing they're not. And I don't know if you can talk to it, if you have experienced it, and if you have, what is it that you went through without obviously doing too much, but what is it you went through that made you realize that, like the person I actually thought was my friend is not my friend?
I feel like that's tough for me to answer just because I feel like I'm very intentional.
Okay. About the word friend?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like even if I'm describing somebody, like you said, you wouldn't necessarily be like, this is my acquaintance. You still have the, like, what do they call the word that becomes... Actually, yeah, it's an adjective. Like, because obviously the word friend is a noun. So, like, the adjective before the word friend would kind of distinguish what kind of friend they are. So if you're like, oh, my work friend, or like my church friend, or because your real friend, you're my friend, my family friend. It's like
there's context, reason why you're friends.
Context is adding to the. Basically, that is just saying my acquaintance, kind of, without saying my acquaintance. If you go on, because I'm not gonna be like my podcast friends. I'm gonna say my friends, like
my podcast friends.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Are we podcast friends?
Please
get out of here.
See you in Malta.
So I feel like, I'm quite intentional about that. I think there have obviously been situations where
You've been let down?
I've been let down.
Yeah.
And I've had to make the difficult and painful decision to be like, that's it.
Can you
like,
talk about it or not? High level?
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. There's actually one that's like, I
Or
think,
like, rather than just being sipping, maybe it's like a core thing that you expect from your friend, but this person was not doing that.
I think there's two examples. One was just dishonesty.
Okay, yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be just dishonesty with me, although that was part of the context. Also just dishonesty, just in general. Like if you're a dishonest person, I can't. Because I'm not trying to say I've never lied, like, or that I don't lie and stuff. But I'm trying to say, like, there's some people that they're just dishonest.
Fam.
Everything that they say, you have to go and fact check.
Unprovoked as
you
well.
have to fact check everything.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
Yeah.
Imagine having like that kind of person in your life where everything that they say, you have to verify it with another party.
Scary.
That's so
That
mad.
is so scary.
Like, it's bad.
That is scary. Frightening.
So yeah, like, no, not that. And then there was like another friend that I had that just, I don't know, it was like a whole money thing. I wouldn't even necessarily say that it was a friend, because it wasn't like somebody I would talk to every day. It was definitely not someone I would go to with my problems or whatever, but it was like somebody that I was like friendly enough to like borrow their money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just never came, back.
To this day?
Till this day. Till this day. Never said anything. I even sent a whole paragraph, like basically releasing them from the burden. It would always be like, I'm going to pay you back tomorrow. Oh, can you send me your account details again? Let me pay you back.
That torment, it's like, I don't need that.
I even left it. It was actually like you guys that told me to like relight the flame. And again, it was like, yeah, I'll pay you on Monday. And then Monday came, nothing. And I was like, do you know what? Let me just send her a long message about like, I'm obviously disappointed, but like, it's fine. Don't pay me back. But like, blah, blah, blah. She just never replied. And I was just like, yeah, sorry. Like,
I feel like, you talk about the money thing, like I've given people money, but my grandpa told me this. He said, once you give money, just don't expect it back. And I know that's bad, but that's because of how people are. Like, people will not keep their word. So for me, go on.
Okay, so we were kind of discussing this week, like Beatrice and I was just saying, I feel like, I'm not going to lie, it depends on the context. Like, if it's like a random person that you don't know, not random, but let's say like it's a friend of a friend, or like you're not very close or whatever, or for example, with the person that I lent money to, obviously I expected to have the money back, but it was like not that much money where like it was really burdening me. So I was not happy, but like I was okay to let it go. But I'm not going to lie. If you come to me and you're my friend, I'm not talking about the work friend, the family friend, the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like one of you, for example.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm expecting that money back.
Yeah.
And if you can't give it back to me, I'm expecting you to tell me that you can't give it back to me. Because then I don't.
No, but
I wouldn't be giving it to you with the idea of I may never see this. Like,
no, but I'm saying, okay, what I'm saying is that if you're ready, for me, if I'm borrowing money, in my mind, I don't know, if I can't do without that money, then I don't lend it out.
See, this is the thing though. I'm a bit different because I get what you mean in terms, and this is what I was saying to Sharon, is that like, as we get older, sorry, I know we're digressing, but I think it's a really important topic. And I feel like we see a lot of stories on Twitter about someone owing this person bread and this person bread. And it's like, and we touched on it even in our last episode about friends, when like they know that someone's earning money, they just see it a little bit like, she can pay for this brunch, or she can pay for this thing, or whatever. But I think for me, what the issue is that as we get older, we all have responsibilities that we need to take care of, right?
Yeah.
And for me, I'm someone, especially where Sharon is given a context where it's like, this is my friend. Like if Sharon, and I'm being serious, and people might think I'm mad, if Sharon came to me and was like, Beatrice, I'm in this situation where I need to pay off just one rent. This is not you, and this is not Sharon, but I need to pay off like 2K fines today, or else they're basically bagging me up. Something like that. Something like that. And I don't have 2K to hand.
Find it.
Best believe I'm someone that I might take a loan out in my name. If Sharon can't take out a loan in her name, I might go and ask my parents for that money, and I need to give my parents that money.
Do the same.
Because of the context of it is my friend. And I believe that my friend would have a good intention to pay me back, knowing that I am giving this to you not because I just have money free lily, because my friend will understand that we all have responsibilities, we all have things we're dealing with. Like literally, like as we get older, so many things fall in our lap. We have plans for our future. Just because I might have 20K in the bank, and you might think I'm loaded, but that 20K is gonna go out my account soon because I need to pay or I need to buy something that I need. Like, do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I just think that for me personally, when someone is close to me, I'm more willing to take on a risk to help them.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I think. I'm just trying to clarify in that sense. So that's why I would expect it, because I would expect that if I went to Sharon and I said, like, Sharon, I'm in this situation, I'm not saying that Sharon would have to like literally like kill herself to go and give me money. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that I would expect that my friend, whoever I ask, because it's not a normal, it's not going to be a normal thing, but I would ask them to try and do what they can to help me in that situation, because I would do it back for them.
And that's why I feel like, just to reiterate and circle back to what you were saying earlier, I feel like that's why people take the word friend so loosely, because I would do above and beyond. I would even feel a way if you didn't ask me for the money.
Do you remember we went through that situation?
We went through this like a while back, where our friend was going through something like financially,
and we were so
angry.
Annoyed that they would like put themselves in a bad light without reaching out to us.
Yeah.
We understood they couldn't go to other people.
When you say put them in a bad...
No, that they put themselves in a more sticky situation because they didn't pay off what they need to do.
Okay, right.
It became a real issue.
Yeah.
Like, almost like couldn't finish uni and stuff.
Yeah. And we were just like, obviously, like, it's not like I've got bread, by the way.
No.
I don't have
and
bread.
we were in uni ourselves.
And we were in uni ourselves.
We didn't have anything. Free money.
But because you are my friend, I would find whatever small
cob I have under the stairs,
I would give it to you. And it's not a case where I'm thinking, okay, I'm not expecting it back, because I would think that later on down the line, you would, show me the grace that you would pay me back. Even if it's
the
not
grace, the rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. But when I'm saying that, if I'm giving away money, I don't expect, not that I don't expect it back,
but you have to.
I'm talking to myself. It has nothing to do with that person. It's for me. It's like I can't put myself in a situation where
you put yourself in bad situation for someone else.
I don't think I could.
Okay,
but I feel like that's where I'm a little bit different.
Yeah.
Like, depending on who it is
and what it's
I'm
for.
just saying. I think to what you're saying, I'm saying that obviously you guys are best friends, so.
But I'm not even talking about just best friends.
I'm just saying
for you.
Oh, I know you guys. But I'm just saying, like, in this situation, I don't know if I can. I don't know. I've been hurt by friends before when it comes to money, when it comes to trust. So I can't keep on putting myself in a bad position.
No, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Because if it's
reoccurring,
if something has been reoccurring, I just can't see myself. I think it depends on who it's for. If it's for family, you guys select others, maybe. But I'm saying in terms of like, there's obviously when you use the word friend loosely, or I perceive you to be more of a friend than you perceive me to be a friend. I've gone to depths for people and things like that and not seen anything in return. Not saying that.
So when you see nothing in return, is that person still your friend?
You've gone into debt.
So
no, not debt. I'm saying that
you've borrowed people money.
No. I'm not even talking about money. I'm just talking about in general. Like I've gone into debt. For people.
Okay,
and I haven't seen it in return. Not saying that a friendship, if you do something, they have to do it. But I'm just saying. But I'm just saying that
if there should be an expectation when it comes to friendship.
No, but what I'm saying, I'm not like, if I'm owing you money, it's not because I hope that one time if I need the money, that I'm not doing that because of that. I'm saying that when there's a time that you need to be there for me, I hope that you would do the same. Not saying that I'm doing stuff because to get, like, like brownie points, like, okay.
Do you know what? I slightly disagree, because people say that, but I'm actually a bit indifferent. Like, I actually do feel like it is a bit, I'm not trying to say it's transactional. That's not the word I want to use. But I put expectations on my friends. Like, and in the sense that it's like, I would do something for my friend off the basis that I know that deep down they would want to do the same. Even if they don't do it, I know there would be a want and a desire to try and help me, because they themselves would also, first of all, think, Beatrice, if I was in Beatrice's shoes, like, I know that, she would do something reciprocal. So I feel like if in your mind, you can sit there and say that, boy, like, if I asked you for something, like, and you know that if it were you in my situation, and maybe you've even been in my situation before, and you know that I wouldn't even blink an eye, not saying that you need to go and put yourself in such a bad light, but the fact that that doesn't even cross your mind, that Beatrice's character is someone that she's not going to take for granted because, do you know what I mean? Like, she would do the same for me, and it's not just like, just doing it and you're just, do you know what I mean? Like, I would be appreciative. There's so many different things. I just feel like in those situations, sorry, I'm not going to do the whole, oh, I'm just doing this off of the goodness of my heart. Yes, but for me to be able to do things freely at that point, you have to have shown me something. I don't just do it off the basis of, oh, like even family, sorry, just because you're my family doesn't mean I'm going to give you 10K for what? What are you using that 10K for? Do you know what I mean? Like, some family are even taking the piss out of other family members by saying, oh, we need money for this, I need money for that, but they don't. They don't need it. They're just using it to buy a car. Buy cars.
I feel like I'm slightly different.
No, but it's true, man. It's for the house. Bro, for the house. That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like you have to, I'm sorry, but there has to be a little bit of a track record when it comes to friendship.
No. I completely agree. But what I was trying to say is that I genuinely do things because I value that person as a friend.
Is it because of what they've done though?
I think it's like a mixture of
what they've shown themselves to you.
Yeah, like how they've been a friend to me. And it doesn't have to be anything. It doesn't have to be like monetary or anything like that. But just being there for me emotionally, stuff like that. It all counts. Yeah. But I'm saying that it's not, well, I guess, you're right.
That's what I'm trying to say. That you wouldn't do that for somebody that's just like, imagine there's someone that's like, every time you're speaking to them, you feel like as if you're bothering them. Even if you ask them, oh, like, no, problem.
But you know, there's some like, there's some people where
asking you for anything.
No, there's some people where you genuinely think that you guys are friends, but it takes going through some situations and some things that to know that they're not. Of course. And I've been in situations where that has happened before, which kind of makes me not want to, like you say, go into a risky situation for a friend because I just don't want to go down. But
you're not to blame though in those situations.
And I'm not saying that I am to blame, but it's just sometimes like the example that you gave with like Sharon needing £2,000 because of they're gonna take her. Like if I was in that situation, I would want to think that I would go away, go and take out a loan and things like that. But then at the same time, in the back of my mind, I'm like, loan. Like, do you know what I mean? Like the risk of like the risk of that whole thing, and because that's a big that's a big thing. I don't know. I think I don't know.
I hear what you mean. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say I think I'm slightly different. But I think it's only because like I'm just naturally a giver. Obviously, there's levels to this. Like, I'm not taking out a 2K loan for somebody I don't know. Like, I would only really do that for like, you know, close friends and family.
Yeah.
But I do feel like even in situations where that person can't do anything for me, like I'm happy to like help.
But when I say do anything, I think you guys, I don't mean monetary.
No. What I'm saying is like people that I'm not even friends with. Like
give me an example. How far
there was this one time this guy that went to my uni and we weren't friends or anything. He just tweeted and he was like, I literally have nothing. Like
that sort of thing, that's fine. That's not what but you're not putting yourself in debt. I'm talking about going to the extreme.
£25.
That's what I'm trying to say. Stuff like that I would give. Like if you see something, you're like, oh, right, like £25, like, and not, of course you're not expecting that back.
No. But that's what I was talking about.
No, but I was like that. I'm talking about things that inconvenience yourself, like in the way that I'm talking about.
Oh no, I'm not doing that for people I don't know. That's scary. Like I can't take out a loan. Sure, I don't even take out a loan for myself.
But the thing is, that's what I'm
saying. I don't know if I would go to the lengths of putting myself in a very uncomfortable situation, which I haven't.
For your close friend.
Which I haven't been through.
What do you mean?
Like, I've never taken out a loan. So for me to now take out a loan...
Yeah. I would do that.
Yeah. I haven't. But
I haven't done that either, but I would do it.
Yeah. If my friend was about to be wrapped...
I'm not there to put her in jail.
Yeah, but I would go
There's no other option, but not your dad. Your dad can't bail you out of this one.
No, I'm saying I would have to exhaust everything until I get... That's a big thing, but yeah, I guess
I don't know. I think it's that bad.
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't.
I would sell my car for Beatrice if I needed to.
Yeah, same.
Like I genuinely.
You would be bagged.
What? Who would I talk to? I need my friend. No, seriously.
No,
There's very little things that I wouldn't do.
Okay.
I'll sell my kidney. No, but if bitches need a kidney, I can tell you that. I don't even think about it. What?
Are we a match?
They can't take my friend though. I need her.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
But that's the thing though. And then this is again leading back to the money thing. I know we're just going off on a different topic, but about the fact that what one person sees as a lot, someone might think, oh, because you earn a lot, then this is actually small to you.
Circling back to
And no, but it is though. It is though. Sorry, it is because
earners.
no, but I'm just trying to say though, because you're saying about inconvenience, but I'm just like, okay, like someone might say, oh, me borrowing £50, oh, that person's earning how much was £50 going to do for them? And I just think it's wrong for you to be judging people in terms of earn this amount. Therefore,
you don't.
How are you telling me that I don't deserve my money back?
Yeah, because people don't know what people are saving for,
That's what
things
I'm trying
like
to
that.
say.
Like,
Or how many other people you're borrowing those £50 to?
I might be giving £50 for 5 people.
Fam.
Do you know what I mean?
Damn, that's what I'm trying to say. I hate that judgment that a lot of people make.
Yeah.
But anyway, regardless, so back to that dilemma, Sha. It's fine.
Honey, you've even moved City. I don't know why you're even asking us questions.
You've done whatever you need to do.
You've done what you need to do.
I think you just need to be very intentional with the friends that you want to keep. You can't come and say my friends are mean girls in the first intro of the dilemma.
Be wondering
No.
They're kicking at jokes that are made about you. They're mean girls.
Yeah, and like they're making the joke out of your expense, however you do wherever you say the term.
Yeah,
you need new friends. It's even good that you've moved to a different city. Please start again. Please find new friends that are like nice. You. Like I kind of was scrolling on YouTube and I came across Courtney Daniela's YouTube video and she was talking about like friends and stuff and I was reading like some of the comments and stuff and people were like, oh yeah, I'm 23, I haven't, because Courtney was talking about like how she's like found like really good friends and things like that and there was some like, I assumed that they were girls, I can't remember, but they were like, oh, I'm 23 and I haven't found like friends and things like that. I haven't found like my group of friends and I'm like, wow, like
we take that for granted. I feel like because we've had it for so long that we don't really deep like
and I was
just
like,
but they don't have anybody.
And I was just like, oh damn, like that's actually quite sad
Very
that
sad.
people haven't found like their core friendship or like have core like even
small
like a
individual
friend, like, because you can have like friends, but
it's the quality of friendships. I tell you that keeps it going. It's not about quantity. Like you can be, and you know them people that you can just tell like everything's very like everything's very surface level with a lot of people, and that's fine if it serves that purpose. Do you know what I mean? But you've got to have like one person that you can
come on.
Just one. Do you know what I mean? Like one person that you can just pull up and like be truthfully like yourself around. And like, do you know what I mean? And I just think that quality for sure is definitely important. So even with those people saying they don't have friends and stuff, I hope they ain't chasing the quantity part, it's the quality part.
I saw this video, I think it was on Twitter, it actually made me so sad. And this lady was like, I just need a hug. Have you guys seen it?
No.
So it was this woman, she was like, I just need a hug. Like I've not had a hug in like over a year. Wow. No one's hugged me. And she was like, I just need someone to like touch me.
I saw it. Was she like taking a video of herself?
I think so, yeah.
I think I've seen it, yeah.
And like she was like, to people telling me to just go and like hug a random stranger. Like, that's not what I'm looking for. I want someone to like hug me who actually cares about me and stuff.
Yeah.
Damn, you know that these small things, you just be taking it for granted.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know what I would do with that. I'm a hugger as well. So I don't know what I would do if like I had no one in my life to hug me. And like, as much as I was thinking about this the other day, I'd be talking about, I want to move to Dubai, but I'd be going home every week. I'd be calling my mum every day.
Wow,
do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like we're so blessed to like have one another because a lot of people don't have that. To be 23 years old and to not have someone that you can call a friend.
Yeah.
I don't know where I would be.
You've gone through quite a lot of, I mean, depends. I don't want to like draw
quite
them
a
out,
lot of
but
stages.
And
Different environments
but
where
one thing
you
I've
could.
noticed is, sorry to cut you. One thing I've noticed that people aren't very good at like sustaining relationships.
That's my downfall for sure.
What?
Sustaining friendships.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
1,000%.
But like,
I wouldn't have guessed said that.
Really? I feel like a lot of people
sustaining relationships.
Yeah, I'm bad at sustaining relationships.
Well, this one's going
She
strong.
said but she's co-signed that.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Damn.
Obviously, we're fine. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, just some people aren't very good at that. I feel like that's one thing I'm relatively good at. Like,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
have friends from
Yeah.
all aspects
Yeah.
of my life. Like,
Yeah.
I have my secondary school friends. I
Yeah.
have my uni friends. I
Yeah.
have work friends from my first job after uni that I still like meet up with,
Yeah.
go for dinner with. I just last week went on holiday with like some of my work friends from my most previous job.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like I'm relatively good at that.
Quite good at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, some people just struggle. It's not even necessarily, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing.
Mm.
It's just that some people just don't like, then I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just not something
Yeah,
that
that's like me. I don't have a best friend.
But you
But
still
like
have
we said
still
before,
best
the friendships that you
Yeah,
have, some
people
people
will
would
say
refer to them as best friends.
You just don't.
You just don't.
Yeah, but I just don't feel like I need one.
No,
That's
but
fair
I
enough.
think that you have it in multiple, like in a few people still.
No, I feel like but I just feel
Like you wouldn't be like, okay, if you like needed something, say like for example, like I was saying, like Beatrice was giving the example of like, and they're about to lock me up, I need 2K.
No,
You have people you could call
I
and would give it to you.
Yeah,
so
I have
you
that.
have
There's
that
even a group
element.
of people that you could call and someone will give 500 here, 500 there. You
No,
have
no,
people.
I know, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying like, because we were talking about like people that are 23 and not
Yeah.
having like, but I was saying, what I'm trying to say is that you can still have good friendships with
Oh
people.
yeah, without having
Yeah.
one
And
singular
without
best
having,
friend.
like, one-
Of course, but
like,
I'm talking
I
about
don't-
it's a depth of it and the quality.
I feel like our situation is quite unique. I don't really know many people that
Yeah.
have a best friend.
yeah. I don't
Oh
think-
no, there's quite a few.
Really?
Yeah.
That have one best friend, or it's like multiple. I have
Multiple.
best friend here, best friend there, best friend there.
I think it's multiple still. I don't think it's
Yeah, I
one.
think you guys are quite unique.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm trying to say.
exactly. That's what I'm
Yeah,
What you
literally.
just said.
Yeah, I'm just looking from the outside in. Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
From the time they say they're selling kidneys and giving loan and selling
I
cows.
said I'd give it to her if she needed
Lord,
it.
let us have this kind of friendship. Some
I'm
sisters
so-
don't even go that deep.
It's actually true.
It's
This
actually
conversation,
true.
We've heard. I will take out a £2,000 loan. I will sell my car.
Bro, they're
I will
about
give my
to-
left
they're
toe.
about to wrap
Toe.
Sharon up. They're heading
Toe.
to
Have you
Bedfriend.
ever heard of a toe? Have you ever heard of a toe transplant?
The police are going Nino.
They're about to lock me
Sharon
up.
said that she'll give you her left toe. Have you ever heard of a toe transplant? Have you ever heard of a
I
toe
would do it,
transplant?
Jarre.
I'm so
No,
so
but
we
I
can,
think-
so we
I
can
think-
split on the holiday and we do.
You're sick. What was I going to say? I feel like when you have like certain friendships that they have actually contributed to the quality of your, life.
Yeah.
Or like they have been there like when nobody else has been there.
Yeah.
Or like, I feel like I'm just bigging you up too much. But anyway, or like
No,
they've
but
like
that's
cried
so-
with you.
that's so
They've
nice and
laughed with
refreshing.
you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like there's
You
actually
always hear about bad friendships.
Yeah.
yeah.
We never really talk about good ones.
Yeah.
No, good ones will
yeah.
change your life.
Yeah, literally.
We
But
never
that's what
really.
I'm saying that what we have, I know for sure you have.
Oh
it.
no!
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to say that
people in my life that
Yeah.
like
the quality is good.
like I can.
Yeah.
I have cried. It's not
Yeah.
even that I will. I can. I have.
Yeah.
But I just don't have.
just one.
Maybe because I'm around you guys so much, I feel like my definition of best friend is based on you guys' relationship.
Maybe. I
Oh.
think that's what it might
That
be.
is it.
That is actually what it is.
We sold it.
We solved it. We solved it. Which is what we were saying is that we don't, from our
Yeah,
point of
I
view,
think being
we
around
would
you-
say that you have a best friend. Like,
Yeah,
I would say you
like,
have even
I'm
two
just-
or
You have
three.
to, yeah.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least two.
I think I've
But
been
I was,
scammed.
but I was because
I've been scammed
But I think it's
into
because-
thinking that this is
No.
this is more than best friendship. This one is
no, but obviously
this one is
best
blood.
friends. Get out of there.
Bye.
Get out of here, man. But obviously, when you start from a younger age, you obviously go through
Yeah,
a
too much.
lot
fam.
more.
Yeah.
And we
that's
only had
why.
each other.
And we only
Yeah.
had
Like
each other.
7
Because you
years.
think about how our secondary school
Struggle.
experience was and everything. We were like,
And then we went to sixth forms that were very close to
each
one
other.
another.
So
Yeah.
we've basically always been in close proximity
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So it's very different. But
Yeah.
again, what we get out of a friendship, I know other people can get out of a
Oh,
friendship.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah. But
And I admire you guys' friendship.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, but it's not easy though. No, not in terms of that. I just mean like
I'm trying to have a nice moment.
Thank you. It's not easy. It ain't always been like this.
No, what I mean is that you have to be real because
I know, and
there's going to be times not
obviously, just
not like that. Sorry, I mean in
so
terms of
bad.
like, if your friends do something,
just trying to have a wholesome
No,
moment.
I hear it. But then you know what? I slightly do have an issue because people do that a lot with us. People always like
glamorize.
And I'm like,
but I'm not saying it in the sense
right.
of
You can actually say
just finish
No,
now.
no,
I want to hear what
go ahead. Let you finish. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying from an outsider's looking in, and not just being an outsider, but being inside and looking at your friendship. I would say that it's something that I would want to attain to have with somebody else. Whether I get it or not, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that you guys, like, you bounce off each other.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are really there for each other. You guys obviously talk without me, which is fine, but I just which is fine. But I'm just saying that it's just nice to see.
Yeah.
And I think obviously there's been situations recently which have really made me see that you guys are actually like genuine sisters.
Yeah.
And like
what situation?
No, I'm saying what Beatrice went through. I'm saying how Sharon came to me to let me know. But and what she did, like I even told her, I was like, thank you for even doing what you did, because that just shows genuine friendship. And that is something that I would hope that people, not just me, but people would be able to experience.
For
but
sure. Okay, no, sorry. That is.
I love y'all.
Thank you.
Love it too, bro.
I'll say thank you even if Beatrice
thank you.
No,
sorry. I didn't know that was what you were trying to say. Sorry, apologies. I jumped the gun. What I was just trying to say is that people do tend to look at our friendship and be like, oh my God, I'm so jealous. Like, oh my God. And I'm just like,
but they don't
I
know.
get it. But the reason why you don't have it is because you don't want to face the down. You don't want to accept that there's going to be some down, not down parts, but to be like a deep friend, right? It's not always going to be glamorous. Like, as in, like, when I'm doing something wrong, Sharon will call me out. And the way Sharon will call me out, if your friend messaged you like that, you're going to take it the absolute
because people don't like accountability.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And that is key in any friendship, relationship,
whatever it is.
You need someone to hold you accountable and be like, hey.
I feel like with the way that we speak to each other, like in terms of like calling each other out, obviously it's never going to be public.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, no, we don't do that.
No.
But like, I value everything that you say. And I completely understand Beatrice's tone. And I feel like that's where some people get a bit confused.
Yeah.
Like, I get
I've learned.
You know that time when I said something in that chat?
Yeah, I remember that.
I said, I didn't take it as rude.
I was like, nah, Tammy, you actually got me because I was scared.
Yeah.
I was like, I know Sharon will look at this and not even blink an eye, but I was like, I really just
No,
that.
because I understand how.
And I feel like this podcast has obviously brought us all together a lot closer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, and I completely understand. I was like, I didn't take it as you don't have to be giving a disclaimer.
Give an explanation. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
She's like, I was meant to reply to that message, but I was like, girl, shut up. I already know what you're like. I don't need the disclaimer because I already know that it wasn't meant with any malice or anything.
One thing I've had to do as well is just grow. Like, obviously, naturally, Beatrice is now in a relationship.
Yeah.
And I feel like I found that adjustment really hard. Like,
damn.
Just
about it.
Just being completely honest.
Is this podcast now going, I might as well make it about friendships then?
Ciao, we might as well. Welcome to the BTS podcast.
Should we do the quick
thing? Might as well.
Anyway, welcome, guys. Sorry, we've been going on, but welcome back to another episode of the BTS podcast. You are joined by your lovely host, Beatrice,
Tammy,
and Sharon. And we just got into it.
Yeah,
it's about to be the topic, to be fair, looking at the time.
Literally, it's getting late, y'all. It's getting late.
What was I even saying?
You were saying that when Beatrice got into a relationship, it was hard.
Yeah. So just context. You don't mind sharing.
No, of course. No, we had that moment that we had in New York was deep.
Oh my God. You guys had a moment.
Oh my God. And Vanessa was there.
It's okay. They dragged me. Anyway,
they dragged you.
They dragged me from Brooklyn to Manhattan.
New York to LA.
Obviously, Vanessa's got kind of, she could kind of understand
I thought
my
she was
point
gonna
of
back
view.
me,
Sharon thought she was going to back her, but she understood my view.
She
but
didn't.
I know, but hold on, before we go into it and you explain, I really appreciated Sharon actually explaining it because sometimes like you feel like you've done an okay job. But I still felt like I did an okay job. I already knew that there was like something different, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, again, this is the honesty that I feel like people
People
like, well,
go
that's
to
a man. You
him.
can either get with it or not. I don't even give a heck about you. This man I'm gonna marry. I don't.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
But go ahead.
So okay, yeah, things changed, right? But I think
Give
context.
context.
Context. This is Beatrice's first relationship.
Mhm.
So, and I've
Mhm.
never been in a relationship either. So it was like the first time in the 15 years or 14, whatever, however many years it's been, that first time in the, I think at that time, 13 years of friendship, where there's like another priority that's not me.
Yeah.
And just being completely honest, like the
Yeah.
adjustment was so tough.
Yeah.
Because it's like, imagine speaking to someone every day and then you're speaking to them every other day and then you're speaking to them once in 2 days, once in 3 days, and you're like, hello,
Yeah.
where's my friend?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, yeah, she has a man, but I also have a friend, and like, I obviously still expect my friend to be there for me. And it just got to a point where I felt like I was always being the one that was like, okay, no, this is the point where I was just a bit like, damn. She would like tweet about stuff and I'd have no idea what she was talking about. Like, oh, like, I'm so sad, like, the rest of it. And I'm thinking, I didn't even know this girl was sad.
Yeah.
And when you're speaking to someone every single day, or like you used to, you would be the first point of call.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And now I feel like I don't know what's going on in my best friend's life. So I'm just a bit like, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, I found that really tough. But then also at the same time, like, I care about her. So like, I want her relationship to flourish. I don't want to be the person or the blocker or whatever in her relationship that's like, well, my friend said that I got to spend more time with her, so I can't see you today. Like, God forbid, like, I don't want that to be the case. Do you know what I mean? So I found that really tough. And one thing Beatrice really doesn't like is basically when you share, you talk about the issue that you have with her with someone else first.
Yeah, I think you've expressed that before. Yeah.
But in this situation, I actually didn't know how to bring it to her. Because I'm like, how do I tell? First of all, I have a bit of pride because it's like, how am I going to tell you I want more attention? Like, that's so wet. Like, that's actually moist. Like, do you know what I mean? Can you call me more? Can you see me more? Can you invite me? Like, I didn't want to do that. Like, that's moist. But I spoke to Simi. Well, I've already said her name now. I spoke to Simi about it, who's like one of my good friends. And I just explained how I was feeling and I just started crying.
Oh no.
And she was just like, and I was like, I'm actually fine. But she was like, Sharon, you're not fine because you're crying. And I was like, I actually just don't know what to do. And so then she she gave me like her perspective on it. And she basically gave me kind of like an idea of how to like address it.
Yeah.
And like one thing that she said was that when she had this conversation with one of her friends, she was like, I get that you're in a relationship, but like one love doesn't substitute the other. Like even though like you love your boyfriend, like I'm still your friend at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I don't think I did a very good job at like explaining it to Beatrice, like how I actually felt. But I basically was just raw, I guess, in terms of like,
And
I
this
never
happened
said,
in New York.
No. This happened way before. And I never said it was about her boyfriend, but I implied it, I guess.
Yeah,
because I didn't actually think that you had clocked on.
Yeah, no, I did. I had, so let me give a bit of my context. I'll be basically, people think it's about me and Shaq's friendship anyway. So,
you can ask us any question.
Literally.
I'm joking.
So a bit of context, like Sharon said, obviously this is my first relationship. And I think for me, I knew that I was struggling, but I think what I explained to Sharon is what I think I did. You know, we've had a couple of conversations just generally about it, but I was also going through a change in what I was doing. So like, you know how like before you're a bit more like active, a bit more social, a bit more wanting to go out, a bit more like this, but I was also going through a phase of like, I wasn't really doing those things anymore. And if you know me, like back in the day, like I'm a party girl, I'm a, come on, a few drinks here, let's go out here, let's do this here. So like, and there was always something bubbling. But I always said, go ahead.
Do you think that's because of your relationship or just because of...
It was because of COVID. Let me explain. So up until the moment that we got locked up, which was by the time we had that trip, the final time of lockup, which was the Dubai trip.
No. It was
Amsterdam.
No, Nigeria.
When we went to Nigeria, then we came back and then we went to Amsterdam. Yeah.
Yes. So around that time when the whole lockdown thing started to happen, like, I think that, I genuinely, you know, everyone talks about lockdown and all that sort of thing, but for me, like, it really changed me a lot, just in terms of what I was just used to doing, I couldn't do anymore.
Mhm.
And I just started to enjoy just being at home. Like,
Yeah.
and like, it just became like a
Did
safe
you enjoy
haven.
lockdown? Sorry to cut you. Did you enjoy lockdown?
It's
I
not-
enjoyed lockdown.
I enjoyed it in the beginning.
Yeah, I enjoyed it in the beginning
I
stage.
didn't like the in out, shake it all about. I didn't like the
One minute you're
eat
in,
out,
one
one
minute out,
of-
yeah.
It's either we're in or we're out.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
one.
Pick one.
I enjoyed the first bit of it because
we thought that was gonna happen. We were gonna
We
come
thought
out.
it was 6 weeks.
No, but even when it started getting quite long, I think I enjoyed the aspect of. Obviously, my brother went to boarding school. Then I went to uni. So this was the first time that all four of us, me, my dad,
In the
my mum,
house,
and my brother were in the house. We were doing Monopoly tournaments.
Yeah.
We were recording who is winning and things like that. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, and then that first, it was fine. But
Yeah.
like, I genuinely enjoyed being at home and the fact that everybody else was at home. So it's like no one's enjoying anything.
Yeah,
We're
it's
all
not
in
even
the
missing out
It's not
on
like
it.
I'm missing out on
We're all
anything.
on- yeah.
Everybody's in the
Same
house.
level,
They're on
yeah.
their phone. They're on here. They're like
Yeah.
everybody is in the same position.
Yeah.
And there's no one.
To be
No one
fair,
is
like,
above
I
anybody.
just feel a bit more connected in the sense that, like, because, like you said, there's not really much going out. Like, everyone would tune into the same thing, or like, do you know what I mean? So definitely from
Yeah.
that
But carry on,
aspect,
sorry.
yeah, I did enjoy it. But obviously, it got a bit jarring, and obviously the health. I was also scared that I was
Damn.
gonna catch it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was that. But yeah, I just feel like I went through like a transition, and then in that transition as well, I also got into a relationship, and then I think I just felt super comfortable. But then also, I also struggled with the balancing. Like, I knew that Sharon was not there. Like, Sharon was not there in the same way because I wasn't allowing her to be there for me. But it's because, you know, when you're like struggling, where it's like, I want my boy, because I've just started this relationship, I want to present opportunities for him to be my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, now I know for sure, like, I can repeat. Like, I know that might sound really weird, but also I can't lie to you. That group chat between us, for me, I know it's I'm not saying anyone should do this, by the way. Don't. I would actually don't do it. But for me, it works because it's like, there's a central place where if I have something that I need to quickly tell, like, the two most important people in my life, I can just send that message to them and they'll both
I don't
be
think
aware.
it would work for
No, a
for
lot of people
everybody.
wouldn't. Exactly.
That's why I said your situations are
Very, very different.
Very.
But yeah, I just struggled with it myself and like just understanding, you know, oh, I don't want to feel like, and because, sorry, also context, anyone that gets to know me would have already heard about Sharon before. So like, you already know before you wife me, before you do anything, Sharon's my best friend, Sharon's this, Sharon's that.
Yeah.
And you know when you just subconsciously, you don't want to be like one of them people that's also like,
Oh, let me ask my friend.
yeah, like it's always like the boyfriend has to feel like he has to kind of like answer to you and your best friend. Like,
weird.
so I was also trying to navigate that. So sorry,
It's a lot, Jerry. I'm glad that you've even done it first. I'll use your pointers.
No,
use your
yeah,
pointers.
yeah.
But it was just a lot.
You've done the hard work,
It was
boy.
a lot to balance. But explain the whole New York situation because that was.
I don't even know
so-
how the heck we got there.
I don't know. We were just drinking and all. We just sorry, not
Yeah.
drinking. We were just having fun.
We were drinking. We were drunk. We went out to one. I don't even know. It doesn't even matter where
Yeah,
we
we're
went. Went
just
to a
doing a couple
restaurant in
things, yeah.
Brooklyn anyway. And I don't. By this time, I think I'd had about 3 drinks. I don't really even remember like the ins and outs. But I basically asked Vanessa,
Who, by
so
the way,
for context,
yeah, go ahead.
for context, Vanessa's actually Tammy's, what is it?
My
Godsister.
Yeah, her father is my godfather.
So
And
Vanessa,
my dad is hers. So weird.
back and forth.
Mm.
But yeah, Vanessa, we've known her for like several years.
She's also been on the pod.
She's
so
also
go
been
ahead,
on the
listen
pod,
to
an
episode.
older episode. She's been in a relationship now for like 8 years.
Coming up to you.
And so like seasoned in this game, fam. Veteran. So I think we were talking about bridesmaids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we were talking about bridesmaids and like she was just talking about like the difficulty of whatever. Anyway, why out her business.
Yes, for real.
So then I think I asked her something along the lines
How
of
did
like,
you? Because she has a
best friend.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
obviously that group of people she's
what
close
did
with.
I ask
You basically
her?
like, how did it?
No, wait, sorry. We had discussed something on the pod and you both disagreed with me. That was how it actually came up.
about the whole going to Dubai and like
Yeah.
how you would navigate that.
Yeah, and I thought she was
situation.
going to be on my side because she moved to Paris.
Yeah.
So what was the actual...
I think she.
Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Do you remember when Vanessa came on the pod, or And we were discussing about Sharon getting a job opportunity. And
No, Vanessa wasn't on the pod. We had
discussed
it, the three of
yeah.
us.
Yeah.
I think I remember it vaguely.
Like, if he, I think, okay, so I think
think
I was
you
saying
said-
something
you were
like,
saying something-
if I'm in a relationship
I'm about to get engaged.
and I'm about to, and he has like the idea, like he has the intention of getting engaged, or we both have the intention of getting engaged. And there was a job opportunity that came up in Dubai. Like anyone who knows me, like the second thing I say after like my name's Sharon is like, I want to move to Dubai and work there. If a job opportunity came in Dubai, then I would be like, well, can we delay our engagement for a year? And I was like to Vanessa, oh, like, wouldn't you agree?
And I think the question, the thing is that we were saying that I think it's okay, like it's a fair enough reason for him to want to end the relationship if he feels like that is going to, do you know what I mean?
A wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
So I thought she was going to agree with me because obviously she lives in Paris. She disagreed with me. Anyway, so then on that, we then moved on to the topic of like friendships and like navigating relationships and stuff. I think did I cry?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I cried. And I basically was just saying, I think it was just reiterating kind of what I had said earlier, I think.
Yeah.
Which was just that I found it really difficult. I think when you have like one best friend and you do everything together, like we go on holidays together, just two of us every year, all that kind of stuff. So I was just a bit like, oh, that hasn't happened anymore, but like she's gone with him. And like, obviously now Beatrice would be like, I don't have any money. But these times she spent the money that she would have spent on us with him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just like, I want to go on holiday and I have nobody to go with. Do you know what I mean?
Funny.
So it was just stuff like that. I think we were just talking about that and like we just had a very frank conversation. And I think you also said to me, like, when you get into a relationship, you also understand like just the difficulty of like trying to navigate both relationships.
Yeah.
And obviously I was saying as well, like, I understand that relationship is very important and I don't disagree with it. And I would never want to put anybody in a position where they're having to choose me over their man, like, God forbid, because that person will just resent you anyway.
Yeah.
But I think I was just explaining that, like, I still need my friends.
Yeah, and by the way, as we're all saying this, when I was kind of giving my points, it wasn't a case where I was saying it in terms of like, you're wrong. I absolutely knew that I had not done I have not done it in the best way. Yeah. But it was a struggle. I wanted her to understand that it was a struggle on my part, because from her perspective, she might look at it like as if like I'm completely like not obnoxious, but you know what I mean, like just not
oblivious to
oblivious
what,
to it.
What,
Do you know? But I was seriously, as in like, I obviously felt the lack of friendship. Like, it's not like as if I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, I felt it, obviously, because when naturally you would be going to your girl about stuff, even if I'm not going to him, I was just not going to anyone. And like, it affected me a lot. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think that whole situation anyway was very interesting. But that's obviously like, again, the benefits and also the difficult things that you go through where one person, you know, when it comes to like, you know, getting into a relationship and, you know, hopefully, God willing, you know, continue to work at it. But obviously, when we both get married, it's going to change the natural dynamics of it. But obviously, the core fundamentals will constantly be there.
I feel like sometimes in order to understand that, when you get into a relationship, you will understand that not that person is now the best friend, but it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like that person is now, I don't know if to say like now becoming your best friend. I don't know if that makes sense. And trying to navigate the two would be,
do you know what
would be very hard.
Also, do you know what's a bit, I was also thinking about it, like, obviously, God willing, I pray and hope that the person I'm in a relationship with is the person that I end up marrying. But like, my friendship with Sharon, my relationship is not a test, but is in like, it's a way for me to discover, and we're going through things for me to see if we are a match. Whereas, obviously, I already know me and Sharon, we're a match. Like, we're friends. So when you're trying to like see whether someone is going to be the right person that you're gonna build your whole life with, you're like, it's also scary for you in that sense, because it's like, crap, like, yes, I know Sharon, and God, like, obviously it's not, I have to nurture the friendship, but like, I know Sharon is my friend. Like, I don't need to even blink twice. But like, I don't know if my boyfriend's my husband at that point when I've just started my relationship. Yeah. So I think I was also scared about that. Yeah. In the sense where it's just like, oh my God, okay, cool. Like, every day I'm learning new stuff about him. Okay, he's the right person. Is this? Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? And naturally, that's how it is going to be. And yeah, I do definitely feel like at that moment when you're certain about certain about your friendships, it's a lot easier to move. But when you're dealing with something that you're still trying to
It's new.
get a grip of and understand
yeah.
if this person's even for you and stuff, that's why. And also just, and another point as well is obviously to do with like time. I think as well, like naturally the jobs that we have are very like long hours and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I think that's another thing as well. Because even though Sharon's saying obviously you go and spend time with your boyfriend and stuff, but like my relationship, like my boyfriend knows this, like we are one of the people that we don't see each other. Like people might think we see each other often, but we don't see each other like normal, typical people. And I'm grateful that he understands that, like, for me, like, I can't meet up with you midweek. Like, it just won't really happen unless it's like a rare occasion where I know Gara, I'm finishing at this time, and like I've spoken to someone and it's definitely off.
Rare.
Very, very rare. So that's why, like, you know, for me, like, even like for me to align with his schedule, like we've just find one day in that weekend that would just like work. Yeah. And then it's like, obviously, to sustain the relationship, for me to even see the guys for me, I need to see him regularly.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? So that's
you
why
actually see the girl.
Yeah, so it's very, you know, it's a very difficult thing, and I think people actually don't talk about that. Just generally though, about when you're like just getting into a relationship and just like finding your feet, especially if you're getting into a relationship for the first time at an older age, like we're obviously just like sold this dream or like said that it's gonna be easy going or said it's gonna be looking like this, but in reality, like, it really isn't. I'm not trying to say it's not glamorous. It's obviously a beautiful thing to be in, and it's an amazing feeling when you know that the love you're giving someone is reciprocated and all that sort of situation. But the ins and outs, all of that stuff, navigating your friendships, that it's definitely not easy. And that's what Vanessa was saying as well, because she basically was saying that, you know, with her, she let her friends know. What she said, basically, like friends know that it's Kanye first.
Yeah, she said even Kanye comes above her parents.
Yeah. And like, I kind of understand that because, this is the person you're going to eventually give you give your whole life to someone you're married to.
Yeah.
Like, bruv. And you know, we talking about the whole thing about it can literally make or like literally kill you. So it's
I believe that as well, because at the end of the day, when I think about my parents, they pick each other before everybody else. So, and that's just how it is. And like, if you're really 100% serious about someone, of course they're gonna come first. They like when you let's say you're in a situation and you're thinking about something, the first person you're gonna think of is like, oh, my partner. Like, how is that gonna affect them, or how are they gonna be brought into my plans, or oh, if I'm doing this and this, like, oh, but I have plans with so-and-so. I have plans with him. Like, how am I going to navigate? Like, that's the first person that you normally think of. So, I agree.
It's definitely a switch. But like I said, even though I'm saying this, hands up, I 1000% could have handled it a lot better.
It's okay.
No, I'm just saying that because I feel like people will just hear it and think, oh, does it mean that, when you get in a relationship, like, you should, like, your friends should take a back seat? And actually, no.
No, I think the context is very important. Like, I just feel like it was just new for everybody involved. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? It was just like, and also like, I didn't do a very good job either at really articulating myself properly. Like, I feel like I also in some ways maybe like put unrealistic expectations on you. Like, I don't know. It was just difficult for everybody involved. Do you know what I mean? And also, I think in that sense, I was just a bit like, okay, like, I need to let this girl have room to breathe. Like,
no, but I'm happy you told me. I'm thinking you had to let this girl know. But I was like,
well, I had to let you know.
Yeah,
but I also had to give you enough like room to like rebreathe, because I just feel like, imagine like you're trying to enjoy this new thing and then your friend's just like, you ain't called me, you haven't seen me, I want to go on holiday, and then like, do you know what I mean? It's just it's just too much. Like, you want your friend to like also enjoy what they're going through without the like without the guilt of like, oh, my friend, I have to think about my friend.
You gave me that time. Like, it wasn't like you told me like immediately that things happened. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's fair.
And I think because you guys hadn't been in a relationship, and then one of you got into one, so it's kind of like until both of you are in, you guys have been in like not the same situation, but like been going through life. You've been going through life at the same stage. You guys went to uni, you graduated, you guys got your jobs, you've got your car, you got your this, you got your that. So it's like, it's now Beatrice maybe just put her foot in another race just a bit further. Sharon will still come and you know and come. So it's just like you guys are in different. You guys are in. You're not that your lives were aligned, but you kind of were having the same thing.
We were living the same life.
Yeah, so it's kind of like you've got a change, and it's just a matter of time where you're also going to have that change. So you will understand. Sometimes you need to go through stuff to understand things.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing not to understand something if you haven't gone through it, because I feel like sometimes experiences really shape how you are and how you live your life.
I was going to ask you a question actually.
Yeah.
Because obviously you now have a friend who's even with child. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, how has that impacted?
Doesn't he have a friend?
She has a child. She has a baby.
Oh yeah, I have seven. No, sorry, I had to think about who it is because I have seven.
Okay, I'm thinking about the.
I've got two friends.
We're thinking about the same person. Like you're like one of your really close.
Yeah,
girlfriends.
I've got two friends, really close friends, because I've gotten really closer to one of my friends who is married, and it's even the anniversary today. Married and has a child. So it's kind of like, but
how? I was just gonna ask, like, in terms of like your friendships, how has that been impacted by like people getting into like long-term serious relationships and even like having kids and stuff? Like, do you know? Like, did you notice?
I think this goes back to the me not having a, like, I don't know, it like,
I kind of get what you mean in this scenario.
It's not just channeled in one person. It's,
yeah.
I didn't, obviously sometimes I think, okay, so my first friend that got married and is now with a child, I definitely felt that there were different factors that kind of not grew us apart, but because we're still friends. But I'm just saying that we're not as close as we were, like, going to different churches, different things just happen. And then I think I just had to, when people get into relationships, sometimes you just have to respect the relationship. And especially now when they're now saying, will you marry me? So it means that there's now a high, like the relationship has now gone to a next level where there's no time for, like, you just have to respect, because there's no time for certain conversations with those type of people. Not saying those type of people, like I feel like depending on where a person is in their life, not that you can't ask them for advice, but maybe I feel like maybe the type of conversations that I'm bringing to them isn't really worth their while. I don't know. Like, that's just how I feel.
It depends. If the baby's crying in the background and you're like, should I reply?
No, not saying that.
Okay,
not saying that they have told me that.
How you feel.
I'm just saying how I feel.
I actually hear you though, to be fair.
Because I feel like, okay, so if my friend is married with a child and is living their life, and I'm talking about, I'm in this talking stage or something.
Yeah,
I really don't.
It's true. They got bigger fish to fry.
They've got bigger things to care about.
But the thing is, I wonder whether they think that you're wasting their time.
They probably don't.
I actually still want to know, married or not. I want to know.
No, and they probably don't. But I'm just saying, I'm just respecting. I just see it as I'm just respecting
their time.
Like, I wouldn't come to them like every so and so sent me this message. What should I reply? Like, I'm not doing that with my. Not that I'm not doing it with my married friends, but it's just not a conversation that I would I'll be having often a conversation. But I don't know. It's weird having friends in different stages of their life. Like, I'm saying friends.
I don't have a lot of. I don't have like a lot of friends that are like properly like married off and all that.
I've got 3 friends that are basically like gone. Like, see you later.
Yeah.
Married,
child. And you said that you've noticed a difference.
Not that I've noticed a difference. I'm saying that
something different.
Okay, so my most recent friend, so SA, I would say that she's not as active on her phone as she was before she, her child and everything, and like her getting married and stuff like that. But I don't
You don't see it as a problem.
I don't see it as a problem.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
It's a baby.
Look after the baby.
Look after the baby. I'm even happy when she even sends pictures and things, because I'm even like, oh, the baby's like, I don't have. And it's not like, but someone like her, I could go to her with like, oh, so and so was reply. Like, it's just how different relationships are and things like that. But I don't know, it's weird. It's weird having friends in like all different. There's still friends that are in the streets. There's friends that are married. So it's weird having friends in different aspects of their lives. But it's nice to have a range.
Yeah, I can imagine. Because it's nice to like see someone that's like gone a step beyond you, if that makes sense. And like you also know how they were before that. So it's just. Yes, and it's a nice transition.
It is nice. It is nice to see. Yeah, and it makes you hope that
that you
this could be
And you can see
This
it
could
becoming
be-
more of reality
yeah.
because I'm sure for them, you know, like when you're close to someone, like you know when they were going through their talking stages.
Yeah, that's
What
why.
they're
That's
talking, and
why.
it's
That's
more-
why. That's why it's nice to see things come
Yeah.
like
come to fruition and stuff.
things flourishing and things like
Yeah.
that. You're like, oh, I was there when you guys met, or like you know, you guys like that engagement that you guys went to where someone set them up and then they've now gotten married.
Was I there?
Um,
Chisholm and Okemji.
Oh yeah, people that were setting them up are now there to see
Yeah.
we are now married
Yeah.
and we are walking down the aisle.
Yeah.
Isn't that just a beautiful thing to see?
Yeah, legit. So,
Like,
so,
you
so
could-
true.
that's
man.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Defo. Wow,
Yeah.
we didn't even do Song of the Week.
Nothing.
We didn't do our usual
Raw
thing.
and
It's fine, man.
authentic.
Raw and authentic, man.
authentic.
It gets like that. You just basically jumped into our own basically group chat conversation. Really,
Yeah,
and
really,
truly.
truly.
Oh my god! I was gonna say that one thing I was gonna say is that when you guys were talking about when Sharon was like, "Oh, we're not going on holiday" and things like that, I was gonna say that I pray that you guys don't experience like. I hope that you eventually marry your boyfriend, because when you lose somebody like that is like you doing everything together and then 1 minute it's like gone, mate.
Wait, sorry, I'm confused.
So like you were saying that she now is doing the stuff that you guys
Oh yeah.
were doing before with her boyfriend. I'm saying that, okay, what am I saying? I'm saying that it's good that it's good that she has you to continue doing those things for, because there's some people that don't have that and it would be like a void.
Oh yeah.
And I wouldn't pray that, because I've gone through that, and I wouldn't pray on that for anyone, because when you lose when you've put your best friend and your boyfriend like in one person,
when you lose it, it's like a double loss.
it's like a it's like a 2 stab wounds.
Yeah.
So it's nice to know that you guys still have each other, because you know when you said that, regardless, you don't know if you're gonna marry your boyfriend, but you know for a fact that even if you don't, Sharon gonna be there, and even if it's vice versa, bitch is gonna be there. So it's nice to know that you guys have each other, even if you're going through like the maddest of things. And I feel like you guys will never not like you have fallen out, but it'll never be to the extent that me and Sharon are not friends. I remember one time you guys tried to pull a prank and in the group chat. Do you remember?
When did you do that?
Do you remember?
April Fool's one year.
It was like April Fool's one year.
We
You guys were like,
pretended
you
you were
guys
in Loughborough, I
pretended
think, and we were like, "Oh, should we pretend like we're not friends anymore?"
in the group chat.
I remember.
Yeah, I was like, these guys would never. They'll never.
I'm crying.
They
yeah.
would never.
We've
break
actually
up.
never had like falling out really. Like,
Yeah.
but I think
Yeah.
it's because we do all of the work before it gets to that stage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's refreshing to hear
Yeah.
this. This conversation was very refreshing.
Thank you.
It's nice to
God.
know that there's, because people like to think that when you have friendships, relationships, it's all hunky dory, but it's not. Like, it's serious work. Like, people don't really talk about the work in friendships.
Yeah.
They always
People
talk
don't
about
talk about
putting in
it.
work in marriage,
Relationships and all that sort of thing,
relationships,
yo.
but friendship thing is hard, and friendship heartbreak is hard. So
for sure.
it's very
Like I said,
we have to
Beatrice isn't
keep
my maid of
watering.
honor. She's either dead or in jail. child. Dead or in jail.
Locked up, they
The
won't
2,000
let
the
me
2,000
out.
pound fine. You didn't
Yeah,
take
I
out that
paid her
loan.
back.
Oh,
No, honestly.
mate.
And
So
like
done.
friendships, when you do them right, they're actually so beautiful.
Yeah,
and
for real, man.
obviously we're blessed that we met each other when we were super young. And I feel like it is harder now to find like real friends. Like it's tough to form like deep friendships at this age. Everyone's just so busy, like, you know?
Yeah. And some people are just like, I don't even want any more friends.
That's
For
true.
real, I
as
hear
well.
it though.
And but then when you're hearing that people are like 23, 24, then they haven't found their friends, it's scary, because finding friends at this age,
Good luck
I
to you.
guess you can find friends, but finding like true core friends that will actually
Be there for
for you is difficult.
Yeah.
Like one of my close friends now, she's married, the one married that has a child.
Mhm.
I've not that we've always been like friendly because we met through someone else, but we've grown closer like over the last 2 to 3 years, and it's just crazy that we are as close as we are now. Because I thought that like I would say like 2-3 years, I thought that, I've got all my close friends. Like I don't think I'm going to be adding anybody to the list. But you can. And even my mum is an example as well. Like she's met so many people later on in her life where she's become much closer to them. And it's nice and refreshing to see that you still can have good relationships. Longevity doesn't mean anything anymore. Like I don't feel like you have to be friends with somebody for 20 years.
So
they can still betray you. So
1,000%, boy.
They can still betray you.
1,000%.
But I don't know. It's crazy. I feel like everybody should just be nice and respectful.
For real.
I'm crying. I can't believe this whole conversation came out from that one dilemma.
Literally. God damn.
Thank you.
Please be sending more.
Be sending your dilemmas, guys.
Yeah, that was our first ever dilemma that we've been begging. We've been pleading. We've been saying, Pedro, send the dilemma.
Now they are.
And finally, someone sent a goddamn dilemma.
Well,
we didn't find it on Reddit. Someone actually emailed us.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys understand. Like
they
someone
put in BTS.
I remember when I saw the thing up, I sent it to the group chat immediately. I said, somebody.
Now we've had do you know what? Yeah, like just to round up.
We have to experience. Yeah,
just to round up, like we have all had a horrible start to the year.
Yeah,
horrific.
All of us.
I think we're all still recovering.
Literally.
But God has been good because He's given us something to thank Him for.
Literally.
Of course, we thank Him for life and food and all that. But He's given us something to find joy in that we thought was dying.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we thank. We were about to pack up.
I was telling because Junior called me today.
Yeah.
And I was like, I said, listen. We were about to pack up the shit.
No, we were about to pack it up.
We said, if this doesn't work.
I was like, let us do everything that we're saying that we're not doing. That's why we're not getting the views. Yeah. Let's do it all.
Let's make sure that we've ticked off everything.
We have until December.
Yeah. Sharon gave us a deadline. She said, if this thing does not fly,
I ain't doing it no more.
By December, we're done.
There's not enough time in the day.
We'll say that we've tried, that we've done it.
So you're saying we need studio, get the studio. Yeah. You're saying we need to do this, let's do it.
Exactly. So I feel like
it's paying off.
This thing, at this point of time, this is the only thing in my life that is consistent.
No, literally. No, guys, because we had YouTube. It's no longer. Did you ever have a YouTube? No, you never had a YouTube. Did you have one?
I did.
We had YouTube. We had playlists. We had TikTok. We had, We had YouTube. Yeah. We had Instagram. Yeah, it's gone. The only thing that is consistent is this pod. And it's because there's 3 of us.
Yeah.
If I was by myself, I'd have packed up in 2020.
I don't think it's because it's 3 of us. I think it's because we are actually, first of all, we're friends.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that helps.
Secondly, we're all like-minded of how we want this pod to go.
Yeah.
And what we want the goal to be.
Yeah.
We all put in 100% effort. It might not be all like on the same day.
Yeah.
Like, I might put in 90 today. She might put in 40 tomorrow. But best believe next week, she's putting in 100.
Yeah.
She might put in 30, but tomorrow it's 100.
Yeah.
But it might not be that we're all putting 100% at the same time.
And I feel like we're still talking. I feel like this is about friendships, yeah. I feel like we actually care about one another too.
Yeah.
It's not one of them things where like, well, that's not my job. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's not my department.
Because if you don't, because the thing is, if you don't do it, department. That's not my department.
Because I was sorry, I started laughing at my own joke. I didn't get to finish my point. Because I feel like if this was work and someone said you to go and do, you'd be like, excuse me, that's not in my job. I get paid from this time to this time to do this amount of work. Yeah. But like, I feel like with us, even if it's my day to like, upload or something, and I'm like, guys, I'm like super busy, like I can't do it. Somebody else will do it. It's not gonna be like, well, you didn't do it last week, or I made this week, or do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, man. But I appreciate you guys.
Keep liking, keep sharing, keep singing about it, keep tweeting.
Some of you might be looking at and be thinking, oh, right, so it's just this number of views that you people are getting excited about. But if you knew where we were a month ago,
you didn't know. See our analytical.
No.
If you see our analytical.
The numbers we didn't even think that we were hitting.
The numbers that...
Bitch said maybe we'll hit this in 5 years, we'll fit it.
Yeah, literally.
And
literally.
It's just, and then it kind of motivates you to like, want to do stuff.
Kind of.
Like that.
That's the only motivation.
Literally.
And the episode that we did with Cam is almost at 1,000 views on YouTube.
Real,
and I know some people would just be like,
1,000 views.
Trust me, daddy. That is a lot.
That is a
Boy.
lot, man. We're grateful.
So,
we're
we're
grateful.
very
When you think
so
about
much.
the fact that we've been doing this for almost 3 years.
Yeah.
When did we
literally.
start? Someone was asking
In
me the
like
other day.
2 months, I think.
Yeah,
it
2 months
is.
ago.
No, but
3 years.
did we start in 2020 or 2021?
20. It's going to be
Damn.
3
Yeah,
years.
it's
I've been doing
3 years,
it
man.
2021.
Boy.
Yeah.
But
so,
no, we really appreciate you guys for
Every
like
like,
just tuning
comment.
in.
We read every
even
comment.
those one that you're abusing us in the TikTok comments. We don't
Continue.
mind.
I don't mind dragging. You don't know my
Dragging.
dragging.
Every comment
have
adds
you
a penny
guys
to our
Have you
account.
guys ever gone to the scroll down to the
Nah, I don't
to
even
the
go that
comments
deep. Nah.
where it even says review or delete comments?
No,
No.
I didn't see
That's
them.
the section you need to go to.
Really?
Wait, they're dragging us there.
there.
As in, they're not even posting the comments because
Yeah,
they're rude.
because we need to approve of the
Oh
comments.
my
Like there's sometimes that
God.
I approve, but they start becoming too much. That
I need to see. No, there's comments I've deleted before you people have seen them.
Yeah, literally, it's too
no,
much.
but if
Nah.
you scroll down, it will say review or delete
Oh,
comments.
I'm gonna
There's a
prove.
section there, you click it and you'll
Oh,
see
no.
all of them. You'll just be saying, fuck you.
Well, do you know what? I don't even mind. If it's comment, I don't mind.
Honestly,
I don't mind. Any comment, bring it at me. If you think I
Any
can't read,
comment,
bring it at
any
me.
view,
Yeah,
anything. We're
literally.
taking it all at this point, boy.
literally, no, but we appreciate
We'll
you guys
soon
for
be one of those.
supporting.
I don't read the comments.
Literally, no, we appreciate you guys so much for supporting. Like, literally, it goes such a long way.
Hmm.
And like, if you listen to this video and by now you have not subscribed,
Please.
you have not liked,
You've not
you have
followed.
you've not followed.
You've not comment.
Kilo day, did we offend you again? Even if we did, shall follow and see to make
Exactly.
Make
amendments.
And just a disclaimer, we're actually all Christians in this
Yeah,
room.
I think we have to actually say that
The
as
fact
well.
that we even have to say it is
It's
worrying.
crazy. The way people are dragging us is insane.
We just don't
we
want
just don't want a
we just don't want a
church
church proposal. God
Literally.
damn, like,
Talking about, oh, go read your
God is
Bible. I read
God
it every day.
is the core of a lot of basically a core of everything that we do. Like, and we've spoken about it on
just
so
don't
many
want
episodes. You know
church
what? You
proposal.
can't even entertain comments because I feel
No,
like,
no, you gotta
especially
leave
now
it.
for us, like I'm hearing of
yeah,
other
bitch just told me
podcasts.
off the other day.
Yeah, because I hear of other podcasts when they talk about all these things and like people will just take a small snippet and just run with it. Run with it how you like. But
Innit?
Marisha, I know
Stitch
myself.
us.
I mean, I know myself. I know what I represent, and I know that there was no ill intention. So you
Mm.
can run off with your own narrative. That's what
That's
has to do with
your
me. Literally,
Mm.
I just want to live my life. But anyway,
watching,
thank
keep
you guys.
sharing.
Keep watching, keep sharing, keep doing the good things that you're doing. We appreciate you guys. Follow us on our socials. That's
Thank
BTS
you.
Pod _.
Period.
On Twitter, on
Period.
Instagram, on TikTok.
Period.
And follow us on YouTube, the BTS Podcast.
Per.
Let us know if you guys are feeling it.
Mhm.
Drop a comment.
Yeah,
Follow
yeah.
us on Spotify. Follow us on Apple Podcasts.
Follow.
And yeah, we'll keep on, banging out the content like diarrhea, man. We appreciate you guys
Not
so
diarrhea.
much.
Let's
And
take
we'll
that Imodium, boy.
literally. And we'll see you guys in our next one.
Bye.